Kids should be able to go to school and come home alive. And I have no idea the type of pain and anger that I would feel if this happened to my child. But instead of our government mourning the loss of these children, what do? They make it political and about guns. God forbid you admit that we have a mental illness crisis in our country, and we have the same guns that we had 50 years ago. The guns didn't change. Our American culture has changed. Our society has a disease, and everything that is wrong and evil is being sold as good. The ones that are suffering the most from this is our children. We are being poisoned by our government, social media, and every single news media outlet. We defend our country, our president, with guns. We defend celebrities, sporting events, banks, and jewelry stores with guns. But the things that are most precious to us, our children, we defend them with a sign that says gun-free zone.
Myself. My name is
King.
Churro.
Brought to you by Pfizer.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy King Churro. It is Friday, May 27th, 2022. I'm in the drive-thru Wiener Schnitzel. Got his coupon for 2 chili dogs, 2 corn dogs, and unfortunately, only 1 chili cheese fries for $8. So I had to order another because my wife and I are going to split these right here. Then, of course, got to get some jalapeno poppers. And then, of course, my wife wanted a hot fudge sundae. Well, they don't do hot fudge sundaes anymore. They only do chocolate and strawberry. So, anyway, y'all, I've been trying to follow up on these reports on the shooting that happened in Uvalde, Texas. It's a sad tragedy, sad event that happened. 19 children, elementary school children, were shot, and 2 teachers were also shot. I think the shooter was a little bitch. I said what I said. I think the shooter was a little bitch. And I think that his family, his mom, who's trying to make excuses for her son, she should go to jail just for her son's actions because, he got shot by the Border Patrol agents. I caught video of the local law enforcement in Uvalde.
We're taking care. Oh shit, he ain't done yet. He ain't good. Y'all shouldn't fucking treat that motherfucker like that.
It looked like they were ordered to stand down. Why? With Texas being an open carry state, why wasn't there more protection for those kids? And then what also pisses me off about the situation was not even a day had passed. Like, literally, politicians were already trying to politicize the tragedy within an hour or so of the tragedy happening. You got Texas politicians like, what's his name? Robert Francis O'Rourke.
Will pass the mic to Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick.
Excuse me. Sit down.
You're out of line and an embarrassment.
Hey, sit down and don't play this stuff.
Shooting is right now, and you are doing nothing.
No, he needs to get his ass out of here. This isn't the place to talk this over.
This is totally predictable when you...
Sir, you're out of line. Sir, you are out of line. Sir, you are out of line. Please leave this auditorium. I can't believe you're a sick son of a bitch that would come to a deal like this to make a political issue. It's on assholes like you. Why don't you get out of here?
Hell yes, we're gonna take your AR-15, your AK-47.
I'm not gonna call that dude Beto. That's stupid to call him Beto. He's not Mexican. He's not Hispanic. I don't give a fuck. He's not Beto O'Rourke. He is Robert Francis O'Rourke. Alright? He's not even Roberto, which is what Beto is. And if you're saying Beto O'Rourke, you're a fucking clown. Politicizing the event, talking about, now that, they're talking about background checks again. They're talking about, banning the AR-15, or no, banning assault rifles. You got Joe Biden.
Where in God's name is our backbone to have the courage to deal with it and stand up to the lobbies?
Never let a good tragedy go to waste. Isn't that right, Joe? You sat here, and instead of talking about the one person who was responsible for this horrific tragedy, you blamed the gun lobby? That's ridiculous. This was an issue of an individual being morally bankrupt and evil, and that individual alone is responsible for this carnage. And if guns are bad, were the guns bad that the police used to kill the bad guy? Were those guns also bad, and do they need to be regulated as well? Or just the bad guy guns? For you to sit here and blame the gun lobby, to blame gun owners, to say that we need to change the laws, it's already against the law to murder people, Joe. Bad guys don't follow laws. I don't know why that's so difficult for some people to understand. 230 children died in the last year from alcohol-related car accidents, yet we don't ban alcohol. Why is that? Because it is not the intended purpose for people who drink alcohol to drink alcohol and then drive and kill people. You had to politicize it. You couldn't just say a bad person did a bad thing, and thank goodness there was a hero Border Patrol agent who put a stop to it so that more were not killed. Also, you said, when are we going to do something? You have control of the House, the Senate, and you're the President of the United States. When are you going to do something? You've been in politics your whole life. If you'd wanted something to change, you could have changed it. And as far as the government's concerned, the government does bear some responsibility because they had time to be investigating parents for being angry at school boards for abusing their children in the schools, but they didn't have time to investigate potential mass shooters. I remember when I personally was investigated by the FBI, they showed up at my parents' house looking for me, and they didn't have any idea about who I was or what I did. I remember sitting down in the interview and I was like, wait a second, you didn't watch any of my videos? I'm not saying that people need to watch my videos, but if you're investigating me, the first place you should start your investigation would be, well, what does he post on the internet? Let's see where he was at. Let's see where he tagged locations. That's like textbook beginner investigative abilities. I honestly believe that triggered 12-year-olds on TikTok will find a suspect faster than the FBI. They didn't know my position on law enforcement or my position just on following rules in general. There are so many problems that we need to fix in the United States before, I don't know, we send $800 billion to Ukraine. Maybe if you'd have spent that much money on security for schools, the school shooting wouldn't have happened. Don't sit here and pass the buck like somebody else is in a position to do something when you're literally in a position to do everything that you're claiming you're irritated about.
It's like, quit trying to politicize the tragedy, man. It's fucked up and it sucks, bro, but it's like, so that's where I stand with it, man. Are we gonna have another March for Our Lives? Is David Hogg gonna fucking appear out of nowhere as an expert again? And then on top of that, coincidentally, right, the NRA convention for this year is in Houston, so in Texas, and it's this weekend.
My Texas family in Uvalde, you're in my heart, my thoughts, and in my prayers, fam. And I know that there's nothing that I can say to make it any easier. I know that. But if there's anything I can do to help, please reach out. I don't give a shit what a shooter looks like, sounds like, talks like, or walks like. Evil is fucking evil. Period. Those kids had nothing to do with what you had going on in your life. They were innocent. Those of you on the left and the right and the middle that keep fighting one another, what is it going to take for you to wake the fuck up? When are you going to start putting your efforts and energy to replacing these corrupt-ass politicians and our fucked up government? The very government who don't care about its American people. Instead, we send $70 billion to another country so that they can protect their kids, their borders, their country, while we are left behind to fend for ourselves. And we can't even protect our own fucking kids. $70 billion could go a long way to protecting our kids. I swear some of y'all need to wake the fuck up. I said what the fuck I said.
I think we should stop trying to politicize a tragic event. Give us some time, but Jesus. Within an hour of the tragedy happening, everybody's already trying to politicize it. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican or whatever the case might be. Politically, it doesn't make sense to even bring up political issues. So that's my 2 cents, bro. Like, you know, look, if you agree with me, hit me in the comments. If you disagree with me, hit me in the comments. You know, let me know what you disagree with. But it's plain and simple, guys, for me. It's like, why politicize 19 children getting shot and killed, right? Why? What's the purpose of that? You know, these politicians, these actors, all these people making a big fucking deal about politics and everything. Y'all don't even give a shit about Uvalde, Texas. Y'all don't even give a shit about the small towns in Texas. Y'all don't care about nothing of that. All you cared about was power. All you cared about was voicing your opinion to push certain people into power. Y'all don't care about small towns and the American people. You don't care about that. What you care about is...
I didn't watch Joe Biden's speech last night because I knew what he was going to do and say. And lo and behold, he did it. But I didn't get into politics yesterday for a reason. Man, these families don't care about Democrat or Republican. They don't care who's president right now either. What they do want to know is why. How did this happen? And just like clockwork, I knew Joe Biden was going to come out and deflect. Start pointing the finger somewhere else. Doing that false outrage bullshit.
Where in God's name is our backbone to have the courage to deal with it and stand up to the lobbies?
We got to do something. We got to stop the lobbyists and the NRA. Hey, Joe, you've been a senator for damn near 40 fucking years, a vice president for 8, and a president for nearly 2 years. How much more time do you need? If you haven't figured it out by now, then step your ass down and move out the fucking way. You've been a career politician that got rich off of us and not doing a damn thing. These people in Uvalde don't give a shit about what you're trying to fucking stop. They want to know why you didn't fucking do anything. This is why other Latino and liberals are leaving the Democrat Party. Because they saw you played them and you lied to them. Fuck out of here.
Every day you wake up, you got a decision to make. To go right or left, up or down, right or wrong. At the end of the day, you make the decision. Nobody forces you. So make the right decision. Make moves, set the goal. Stop making excuses, man. And if it look like a duck, walk like a duck, and sound like a duck, it's a duck. Stop guessing. Just do the right thing. You heard? You hear me? I love y'all. Stay positive. Love one another.
All right. Oh, man. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, King Churro. It is Friday, May 27th, 2022. It is right now 10:54 p.m. or 22:54 for those of you who do military time. I'm hungry. I am hungry, right? All I had was lunch, really, and it was really light. And that was around noontime. So here I am 10 hours later. I'm hungry as shit. Called my wife and I, all right, we both agreed we wanted a Jack in the Box. So I went to Jack in the Box in La Quinta. And about 10:30, I got in the line. There's nobody in the line. And as I'm about to order, she says, "I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I'm closed for 30 minutes. Can you come back in 30 minutes? I'm like, ma'am, it's 10:30 at night. No one in their right mind is going to come back at 10 or 11 o'clock at night when there should be other places to eat." And she's like, "Well, I'm sorry for the inconvenience." I'm like, okay, well, whatever. And, you know, y'all know who've been following me, y'all know I love going to Jack in the Box in La Quinta because they have better service than the one in Indio, or I live closer to the one in Indio. So, screw it. I head over, get on the road, and head over to the Jack in the Box in Indio. That was a long line, and I know why, because of La Quinta, right? So I'm in the line. I finally get to order. I was probably in line for a good 20-30 minutes before I got to order. Then I got to order, sat in line for another probably about 15-20 minutes. And as soon as I get to the window, the woman back there, I think her name is Kano, she tells me, I'm sorry, right now we're only taking cash because our debit card machine is down. It's now 11:05 p.m., 23:05 for those of you who don't do military time, or do military time, sorry. Still hungry. I didn't get any food. And then I'm like, I called my wife because I told her, like, look, I went to this one and I went to this one. These are the issues. So then I was like, all right, I'm going to go to McDonald's. If McDonald's is a long line, I'm just going to go home. Soon enough, I get to Del Taco and McDonald's are right next to each other here in Indio. Del Taco's line is out to the street. And then McDonald's line is out to the street. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, guys. Needless to say, I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna eat. The good thing is, I know how to put a meal together. The bad part is, I'm tired. And when I'm tired, I'm lazy. But, screw it. I'm gonna go puff some hybrid, and I'm gonna go ahead and make myself something to eat. It's your boy King Churro. Oh, man. Remember that you're loved, and remember to be great every day.